Well, I want to thank everybody, very, very special people. And it is true. This is my first stop. We're not talking about even the speeches, although they did treat me nicely on that speech yesterday. I would see 6 or 7 or 8 for Secretary of Agriculture, who we just named the other day, Sonny Perdue, former governor of Georgia, fantastic guy. I know a lot about West Point. I'm a person that very strongly believes in academics. I had an uncle who was a great professor at MIT for 35 years. There's Donald Trump, an intellectual. Trust me, I'm like a smart person. The generals are wonderful, and the fighting is wonderful. And, you know, when I was young, and when I was, of course, I feel young. I feel like I'm 30, 35, 39. Somebody said, "Are you young?" I said, "I think I'm young." The old expression, "to the victor belong the spoils." You remember I always used to say, "Keep the oil." I wasn't a fan of Iraq. I didn't want to go into Iraq. But I will tell you, when we were in, we got out wrong. And I always said, in addition to that, keep the oil. Now, I said it for economic reasons. But if you think about it, Mike, if we kept the oil, you probably wouldn't have ISIS, because that's where they made their money in the first place. So we should have kept the oil. But, okay. Maybe you'll have another chance. But the fact is, you should have kept the oil. As you know, I have a running war with the media. I get up this morning, I turn on one of the networks, and they show an empty field. I said, wait a minute. I made a speech. I looked out. The field it looked like 1.5 million people. They showed a field where there were practically nobody standing there. And they said, Donald Trump did not draw well. I said, it was almost raining. The rain should have scared him away, but God looked down and he said, we're not going to let it rain on your speech. In fact, when I first started, I said, oh no. First line, got hit by a couple of drops. And I said, oh, this is too bad, but we'll go right through it. But the truth is that it stopped immediately. It was amazing. And then it became really sunny. Then I walked off and it poured right after I left. It poured. But I turned on the thing, and by mistake, I get this network. And it showed an empty field. And it said we drew 250,000 people. Now, that's not bad, but it's a lie. We had 250,000 people literally around, in the little bowl that we constructed. So a reporter for Time magazine, and I have been on their cover like 14 or 15 times. I think we have the all-time record in the history of Time magazine. Like if Tom Brady's on the cover, it's one time because he won the Super Bowl or something, right? I've been on for 15 times this year. I don't think that's a record, Mike, that can never be broken. Do you agree with that? What do you think? But this is how dishonest the media is. Now, big story, the retraction was like where? Well, was it a line, or do they even bother putting it in? Because I am coming back. We may have to get you a larger room. We may have to get you a larger room. You know? And maybe it'll be built by somebody that knows how to build, and we won't have columns. Do you understand that?